Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Anthropology and Praxis in Halifax. We are in Halifax and joining you from the CASCA 2026 conference that's being held at St. Mary's University. And this is our online session one of two online sessions that we're hosting today. The session that we're doing this morning is celebrating Renewal, Reflections on the First Year of Anthropology and Praxis. And thank you to our convener, Kai, for putting the French translation for us throughout our slides this morning. You're joined by our conveners, Kai, Cora, Craig, and Natalie, and our newest member, Maeve, who's giving us a hand as well. So welcome, everybody. Today, our goal is to share an update of Anthropology and Praxis, and since what we've been doing since May of last year, when we officially launched in the Montreal conference. And we actually are going to do a workshop, and hopefully we'll have a few more people joining us this morning so that we can talk and hear from members and network a little bit about their experiences as anthropologists and talk about how we might be using this information in the future to direct our activities. So we'll first start with some introductions. I wanted to just give an opportunity for each of our conveners to introduce themselves as well as Maeve. So Cora, I'll go from the bottom to the, top there. If you want to just introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, I'm Cora. I'm in Calgary, working in Treaty 7 and Treaty 8. And I work in energy and sustainability. And my work requires, I guess, all kinds of stakeholder engagement. So that is what I do as an anthropologist and as a practitioner.
Thanks, Cora.
You're welcome.
Maeve.
Hi, I'm Maeve McAllister. I'm a PhD candidate out of UC Irvine. I study the intersection between wildfire mitigation, bureaucracy, and settler colonialism. And I'm based in Vancouver, BC, where I work for Reciprocity Connects, which is Craig Candler.
Thank you. Kai?
Hello, so my name is Kai William, and I'm currently based out of London in the United Kingdom, where I'm finishing a PhD at the London School of Economics. But my fieldwork is in Calgary, and I'm interested in climate policy and electoral politics in the context of Alberta. So yeah, happy to be with you all.
And Craig?
Yeah, good morning. I'm Craig Handler. I'm the founder and CEO of something called Reciprocity Research and Reciprocity Connects, which Maeve mentioned. I'm a cultural anthropologist based on the West Coast, working mostly in BC and Alberta, almost entirely for Indigenous communities, working on a lot of environmental assessment related work, treaty rights related work, that sort of thing.
Great. Thanks, Craig. And I'm Natalie Myers. I'm based in Calgary as well, with Cora, and that's how we met Kai when he was doing his research here. And I'm an organizational design anthropologist working in a number of different industries. Currently, right now, I'm actually working in municipalities doing some design and technology transformation work. So today we wanted to give you an update on what we've been up to from AP. So since last year, we have 134 members now, which is a 45% increase since June. 70% actually live in Canada and 69% work in Canada. So quite a good contingency from Canada. And 63% are not currently CASCA members. And so that's an important number for us to see, and why we have extended these sessions out to our Anthropology in Praxis members to enable them to join us if they're not themselves coming to the CASCA sessions. And as I keep updating this number, but it keeps ticking up, but we have quite a number of LinkedIn followers, which is nice to see. And it's one of our main ways of communicating some of our updates. One of the questions that we thought we'd just share with you that we thought gave us a reason for pause is a question we ask in our online group membership form. It asks the question, are you a trained anthropologist? And we have a yes, no, and other. And what we get is what we have so far is 90% of respondents said yes. Some say no. I think it's honestly like maybe 2 or 3 people. And a number of people choose other. And the kinds of things that they say is, I recently completed my master's degree, I have an incomplete PhD, it's in progress, or I'm partially trained, I have a master's degree in progress. So as a team, we look at this and we think to ourselves, that's interesting. That means these folks don't call themselves anthropologists. They don't identify as an anthropologist. And I thought I would just open it up maybe to a few of our members here, Craig, Cora, or Kai, if you wanted to add anything to why we find this interesting and what our goal is as AP. I have another thing that I'll show on the slide in a second. Any comments from the rest of you about this?
We had quite a lively discussion of this, and I think the reason why this information is useful and important is I think it really highlights these are people who've spent 4, 6, an incomplete PhD, probably getting close to a decade in post-secondary education as an anthropologist, and yet they still don't feel like they're a part of the club. And for to me, and I don't want to speak for the group, but I think one of the really important things about AP is that it's trying to, I guess, break down this sense of an anthropologist is a certain thing, and it's somebody who has a PhD after their name and they're sitting in a university. So that's false. The reality, we know that the reality is that the vast majority of students who are trained in anthropology at an undergraduate level to graduate level are not working in academia. They are still anthropologists. They are still using anthropological skills in their everyday work, and they should be part of the community of anthropology in Canada. They're doing important work. They should be embraced by the discipline and not ostracized by it. And to me, that's this sort of anecdotal information from folks who, I think by any of our definitions would absolutely be trained anthropologists, but they don't feel like it yet. Mm-hmm. That to me, that's the most interesting thing about this.
Well said, Craig. Thank you for that. Anyone else? All good.
Natalie, I'll add something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think part of it is just also, we can call it brand recognition for anthropology. I find really in where I work in the corporate sector, there's very little understanding of what an anthropologist is. And there's no real category for it in most corporations I've encountered. And so when you introduce yourself with that moniker, you just get like a what? Right? What's that? Or what are you doing with that? And I think because of the lack of widespread recognition of that term, it's hard to slot yourself into a category where the recognition resides is in the universities. So I think that's partly what's propagating that sense of, oh, it's not real because I can't occupy a position called that. And I think that's what we're here to change, right?
That's right. Thank you for that, Cora. It was a great summary and highlighted the box that I just highlighted. So well said. Thank you. Okay. So another thing that we wanted to share, if you hadn't been involved, we are a network and our goal is networking and to connect other anthropologists and build community with each other. We shared, what Anthropology and Praxis members are interested in is similar than we heard last year. We did a survey last year and we continue to survey our new members as they join, and networking is their number one priority and what they'd like to be doing with AP, sharing knowledge, exchanging ideas and methods with each other, as well as working as an anthropologist and learn what this looks like in different settings and getting some career advice. So some are looking for networking in that sense or some mentoring. So very consistent what our network members are coming in with and what their interests are. And since May of last year, we have hosted bi-monthly meetups. So every 2 months, consistently, we have joined across the country with our members. And the sessions that we've had, the first one was applying reconciliation, work at the intersection of Indigenous rights and anthropology, applying anthropology in AI world, applying anthropology from a user experience and design perspective, as well as publishing outside of academia. So we had the last one that we had of the year was a very practical session, giving some really great advice to our members and those who joined us. And so now we'll break here for a workshop, and I will leave it to Kai to introduce the workshop that we're going to go through now.
Yes. So the basic idea of this workshop was we wanted to get what people are thinking and feeling about their position within the community, and also for this to be a chance for members to actually get together and just exchange what they're thinking and feeling, get to know each other. So it's essentially this is about asking, how is everybody? But obviously you don't ask that question directly because then people stare at you blankly and don't know what to say. So we thought we'd at least guide this with a few questions that hopefully should just get people to talk about each other, and hopefully we can learn from each other here as well. So we want to know what's going well for you this year in your careers working outside of the university. So even if you're a student and you're looking to start a career in anthropology, or even in the private sector, non-governmental sector, or anything like that. So tell us about who you are, tell us about what's gone well, and then we're going to go into a little more detail about where might there be challenges in your careers, and how we might actually be best able to support you through those challenges. So we have 4 questions to go through, and so we're going to take about 20 minutes to half an hour to discuss those. Just anything else, or should we get into it?
Great. Great insights. Thank you, everyone. What a great conversation we've had this morning. Thank you. We're going to use those and debrief as a team and see what we do next year. We still plan on doing bi-monthly meetups. We try to plan those in advance. So we're in the recruitment phase and thinking phase about what we're going to do next year. We do have a Google group. That's our way of communicating now. So if you haven't joined both, please join and see things that we're doing, and you can participate those ways and see how we make changes. Watch LinkedIn, the Google groups for communications. And if you haven't already, there's our QR code. Bo, I left some stickers at the registration desk. I don't know if you had heard me say that, so please take some. There's a QR code on there that'll take you to our website as well. I think that's it. Yeah, it is. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. That was a great session.
Thank you.
Great discussion. Thank you. Thanks, May, for helping us out.